on the calendar. No. And here's the upcoming schedule for the New York Knicks. On Tuesday, they'll take on Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And that game against Milwaukee, that will be their 4th outing in this young season. Coach will want to have his team starting to build a rhythm by then.
And the Milwaukee starting 5. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Prince in at the 3. And for New York, Mitchell Robinson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Anunoby in a 2-guard.
Tenacious defender. Bridges covers so well.
And at this early point, Clark, teams still figuring things out.
Yeah, I agree with that, but it's certainly an advantage if you've got continuity on your roster. For those teams who shuffle things in the offseason, they've got a little more to work out. But continuity can serve you well if you have it.
Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
Once Giannis gets that close to the rim, you know that he'll do everything he can to make the finish happen.
Bridges passes to Towns. Towns, a screen on Lillard. Hart goes in. It's Hart on the wing. Towns on a screen. Clock at 4. Top of the key. The rebound by Jackson.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Prince can't hit.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lopez.
I love it. Nice activity defensively. Getting in there to disrupt the pass.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. And Anunoby for 3. And the Knicks, another 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The Bucks have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. But Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Anunoby on the take, and he dunks it down.
That's a part of his game that Towns has really developed in his time in the league, becoming a good passer.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Tom Thibodeau. We discussed the elephant in the room, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coach said we'll look to build the wall as best we can, but Giannis gets better at beating it every year. All I'm really asking from my guys is their best effort against him. These are reasonable expectations from the coach for his squad.
And Allie, thanks. All right, let's look back on last season for a moment. Here were your scoring leaders. Second is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Jalen Brunson, 4th.
2 premier scoring options that defenses really have to scramble to account for.
Anunoby, a screen on Jackson. Bridges kicks it out to Anunoby. It's Robinson, high post. Here's Hart. Count that bucket.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Lillard against Anunoby. Blocked! Here's the break. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
7-footer Towns using his size to perfection down low.
Anunoby against Lillard. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Hart. And they're on the run. Here's Anunoby. And the finish with the layup. Anunoby's got 7 points.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Flushes it down to finish the break.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Jackson with a screen on Anunoby. And it's Lillard penetrating. And the dunk by Lillard.
Steele's such a fantastic penetrator. When Dame Lillard spots a lane, he doesn't pass it up.
And he drives in. Kicks it out, Towns. 46 seconds left to play in the first. Robinson, a screen on Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Bridges, and it's Bridges with the jam.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Robinson with a steal. Bridges with it, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Towns for 3. The shot that time not on target. Antetokounmpo against Hart. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
And so it's New York, closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. We'll be back in a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the Knicks.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
Taking a look at the Bucks. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. And it's Prince in at the small forward.
Scoring the ball, he has been lethal and efficient. Wow.
Bucks trail by 14. Well, Clark, this Bucks roster is loaded with veteran talent, but their window for another run won't last long.
No, those windows don't last forever, especially with so many young teams around the league on the ascent. The Bucks may want to take a page from them and give some of their younger players a chance to grow and contribute.
New York has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Just such a terrific dunk.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Anunoby. Back to Antetokounmpo. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. New York leading by 16. To the inside, Hart lays it up and banks it in. Hart's got his second basket of the game.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Jackson with a screen on Anunoby. Lillard passes to Jackson. Inside, here's Antetokounmpo. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. Antetokounmpo has got his third basket on the night right there. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
We're just not seeing the same tenacity from him on the defensive end lately. He hasn't been blocking as many shots over the last few months, and I think it's made him a little less intimidating under the hoop.
Here's Prince. And he throws it down with one hand.
Boy, the attacking mentality of Prince right there. You love that. If he has a lane, he's not going to wait around. He's going to hit it right away.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. Anunoby on the take. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Jackson can't get it to go. New York leading by 13. Anunoby on the wing. Defended by Lillard. Towns outside. Down low with a 9-footer. Hart from long range. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. That'll be game 5 for them as they near the end of a 6-game trip. Lillard converting inside. And this is a star-driven league, but talk about the importance of role players, Greg.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that could make the difference.
Anunoby. Oh, he's been lethal. Connecting again, making him 9 for 9.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
And Antetokounmpo, here we go. And that one drops for him. Antetokounmpo has got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, that's a nice little shot to have in your repertoire. Just a lovely touch on that little flaw from Antetokounmpo.
Back to Anunoby. Hart with a screen on Prince. Anunoby finds Hart. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Towns can't get it to go.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Shots good by Antetokounmpo.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Bridges passes to Towns. Back to Bridges. Towns, a screen on Jackson. Three-pointer, Bridges. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Out to Lillard. The three is up. Hart pulls it in. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. And the foul on Brook Lopez. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Eight seconds left in the first half. Three-pointer, Bridges. The shot misses. And so it's OG Anunoby making things happen for New York. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. All right, thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
It's all been gravy, baby. Of gravy, movement, finding good looks, and shooting the ball at a...
All right, guys, let's swing it open. Thanks for tuning in.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of... Basketball left in this one. Boy, without question, OG Anunoby displaying all his skills today.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
They've got P.J. Tucker. DeLon Wright is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's the Chua, and it's Beauchamp in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Timms, the pass to Trent. To the middle. Kuzma finds Connaughton. Just 3 to shoot. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
It's going to go on DeLon Wright.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Knicks leading by 11. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Kuzma outside. Deflected. Outside Tucker. And slam dunk by Tucker.
Yeah, you know, Tucker's a little undersized, but he makes up for it with leaping ability and reach.
Kuzma, that's good.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Here's Brunson driving to the basket. Achua for 3. Nails it from 3.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Bucks trail by 14. Portis, left side.
39-25.
Pass to Kuzma. Connaughton outside. Trent right side. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
7th in field goal percentage. And the way they attacked the glass was absolutely infectious, finishing in the top 10 in total rebounding in the league.
And when you look at their scoring numbers from last season, this was a team that always got it done on that end of the floor. Here's Brunson, outside of Chua. From deep. And Brunson with the bucket on the assist by Chua. Brunson's got 6.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Trent for 3. Drains the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Outside Tucker. The kick out to Brunson. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Brunson's gotten his 3rd basket of the night. Bucks trail by 16. Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a 2nd-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
And here's Wright from the arc. The rebound by the Bucks.
2 minutes remaining in the 3rd. 2 minutes.
And here's Connaughton. The kick out to Kuzma. And he makes it. Kuzma's got 6 in the quarter.
The passion Kuzma plays with inside rubs off and makes his whole team better.
Now here's Brunson. Outside of Chua. Beyond the arc. That shot off. Connaughton against Wright. Trent with a screen on Wright. The ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Brunson. Left side of Chua. This one for 3. New York again can't hit.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Portis against Tucker. Brunson taking his time here. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Tucker for 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists in the game.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
It's stolen by Wright. And here we go, the Knicks in transition. Brunson against Trent. 3-pointer. The rebound by Sims. Bucks trail by 15. To the paint. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play.
First personal foul.
Precious Achiuwa picks one up. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Could be better from the line. Kuzma a smooth shooter, but needs work from there.
Achiuwa with a screen on Trent. Brunson passes to Tucker. Brunson with it. Brunson driving. Achiuwa for 3. And that's not going to go. And so it's the New York Knicks going into the break up 12. And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau on a recent...
Right back, man. Let's go score, stop, score here.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Bucks trail by 12. Taking a look at the Bucks. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. And it's Prince in at the 3. Here's Lillard. There's contact, but Lillard slips through.
Lillard is tough in there. Muscling that one home.
Bridges passes to Hart. Anunoby on the wing. Towns a screen on Prince. Anunoby for 3. Drills it from deep. Anunoby's got 23.
They keep attacking from the 3-point range here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Hart. Prince can't hit.
Using his size to full advantage. He beats everyone to the ball.
Bridges finds Anunoby. It's Robinson, high post. 4-3. And Anunoby gets it to go on the assist from Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists tonight. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Hart.
Knicks lead 53-37.
Lillard looking around. Look at Lillard making it look easy.
Their three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Screen by Robinson. To the middle. And a big finish by Robinson.
Yeah, I love the activity in the pick and roll from Bridges, delivering a dime right on the money.
Anunoby against Lillard. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
You know, guys, Josh Hart is somebody that's going to give you everything he's got. His combination of outside shooting and defense is really quite valuable to any team.
He's perfect from the line this time. The Bucks trail by 15. Lillard outside. Oh, Lillard with the dunk.
Watch out now. Lillard is smoking and looking to score every time he touches it.
Here's Bridges. Outside Hart. Bridges against Lillard. Right side Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. It's Bridges on the wing. From behind the arc. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now. In transition. Here come the Bucks. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And the basket by Bridges.
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges, so tough inside.
Antetokounmpo outside. Prince, a screen on Robinson. Jackson on the wing. 1:42 left to play in the fourth. Robinson with it. Guarded by Antetokounmpo. Towns passes to Robinson. Robinson, a screen on Jackson. And out of bounds. The Bucks will take it. The Bucks trail by 13. Lillard right side. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Prince. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter here. No luck on that one. New York has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Bridges finds Towns. Driving inside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Knicks lead by 15.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission. You can bag up this win for the Knicks.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And they've had the better of this matchup by far this season. They'll have won all 3 meetings with only 1 more left against Milwaukee.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for OG Anunoby.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Antetokounmpo, left side. And the jam by Antetokounmpo. And at this point, they're loving this big lead.
Absolutely. And they haven't really faced a lot of resistance.
And count it. The shot is is good, and he'll go to the line.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And so New York takes this one by a big margin. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg.
Now that the new season has tipped off, Richie, how important is it to get things off to a good start?
I'd say it's fairly important, but this is a long season, Kevin. It's about sustaining a high level of play consistently.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Durant is out there with Dunn. Then it's Bol. Then it's Royce O'Neal. And it's Booker in at point guard. Now here's Booker after Mikal Bridges missing his last shot. KD a screen on Towns. The Suns keeping it alive. A new 14. Count that bucket.
Seems like Durant barely has to jump between his height, his long arms. It just makes the putback so easy.
Anunoby against Dunn. Anunoby outside. No good with the triple. On offense, here are the Suns. And then Durant with the jam.
Doesn't it just look like he's gliding down the floor? Durant in transition is just beautiful art.
And the All-Star, Devin Booker, an incredible scoring guard.
Since the moment he got drafted by the Phoenix Suns, he has been a beacon of consistency. Every single year he gets better. Every single year he adds something to his game. That's why Devin Booker is one of the best guards in this league.
Pass to Bol. And the dunk by Bol.
That's just too easy for Bol. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Towns a screen on Booker. Bridges passes to Towns. Second chance shot. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Booker with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. Nifty move. Anunoby sends it back. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Here's Towns. Good work there as it goes.
So skilled working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Tom Thibodeau had a few minutes to share. Now, I asked Coach about what he has in store to try and slow down Devin Booker. Now, they laughed and told me they've lost sleep over how to defend him. They mentioned how, with and without the ball, Devin can hurt you. So Booker will have their total focus on defense. And Devin will have our total focus as well. Devin?
All right, David, thanks.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
That gives them the lead.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team, and it's not just because they're winning, it's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. KD with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. Knicks with the rebound. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. Run against Towns. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Towns has got his second bucket tonight.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
Booker, good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Bridges against Booker. Bridges outside. Towns against KD. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Towns missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
O'Neal finds Booker. KD, a screen on Hart. Hart against Booker. And there's the drive.
Huge slam from Booker. He really gets up off these drives.
Anunoby outside. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Anunoby. 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
13.
It's a tie game in New York. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
But they can't afford to get complacent because of the early success. There is still a lot of basketball to be played.
They've got Robinson. Bridges out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Towns, and it's Hart in at the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here's KD. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists tonight.
Booker just keeps getting better at orchestrating the pick and roll, setting up his teammates out of those sets.
Bridges kicks to Towns. And the shot is good. Towns has got 8 points.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Booker with no one around. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Knicks shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Towns, the pass to Bridges. Outside Robinson. Pass to Anunoby. Puts up a deep 3. And finished off by Robinson.
Good to see a player going all out for the games this night.
You know, GA, he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's what his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
Booker with it. Now guarded by Towns. High post, KD. He's got 6. Back to Dunn. Here's Booker. Great touch on the 16-footer. Booker's got it all tied up now for the Suns.
Throw out those analytics. When Booker is taking a 15, 20-footer, that's a great look for him and his squad.
Bridges finds Towns. And Towns throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Booker. 17 points in his last outing. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. Well, we've seen this a few times, Richard. Players getting booed at home. And that's got to be painful for a player.
You can take it back a little bit. For some players, it's deserved. But it's always a surprise. But you have to be self-aware. Did you deserve to get booed? In most cases, it's true.
Now, here's Anunoby. Puts up a deep 3. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Knicks lead 22.
KD is screen on Bridges. Booker looking around.
In the first half, 2 minutes.
Ball a screen on Anunoby. Booker taking the hit.
Booker showing some power.
The Knicks leading by 3. Bridges inside. O'Neal's there. Robinson finds Hart. Going inside. The kick out to Towns. Anunoby a screen on KD. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got the lead up to 5 now for New York.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And as disappointing as the Suns' first-round exit was last year, RJ, this team, I think, still has a window open. How about you?
Yeah, Kevin, I've often said it takes teams a second year. That first year is really the adjustment period for star players. The Suns' core group had some growing pains in that first season, but look, this year, I think this is the year we're going to see the best version of the Phoenix Suns.
Now here's Towns after the miss from KD. Hart the pass to Towns. And Bull pulls it down. For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far.
And we've kind of come to expect this performance from Booker every night. His scoring is just that consistent.
Here's Anunoby. A three-pointer is right on target. Anunoby's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's looking much more confident here in the second quarter as far as his scoring goes.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bull, a screen on Anunoby. O'Neal looking around. Durant inside. Defended by Hart. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Durant. Anunoby outside. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
You know, for the Suns, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big...
And time to switch gears. The Suns are in a close one after the first half of play.
My bed is the best you can buy, but it ain't the Suns.
And that concludes.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. They've got Bradley Beal. Lee out there with Grayson Allen. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's Iguodala in at the 4. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Pass to Beauchamp. Back to Brunson. Over Lee. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Brunson's got 6 in the quarter.
That's his game. Brunson is dangerous from just about everywhere.
Lee sets a screen for Beal. Plays it up and banks it in. Beal's got the game tied up here for Phoenix.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Brunson drops it in from the arc. Wow!
And an excellent start to the second half. Only missed 1 shot in their first 5.
Lee is screen on right. Here's Beal. And finished off by Beal.
So sudden on the drive. Beal loves to get 1 step ahead of the defense.
Brunson goes in. Nice. Brunson working inside.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Beal taking his time here. driving to the basket. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Brunson. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Bochamp passes to Tucker, and Tucker slams it in.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Here's Beal. The Knicks making the shot. Over in the corner, lead. That 3 off the mark.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop him now.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Beal. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket. Screen by Lee. Beal with it. Brunson picks him up. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut back down again to 5. The basket that time coming from Bradley Beal. New York's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Knicks.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful penetrating and getting offensive production.
And also, they've made it a point to push it off turnovers, that they're playing smart and alert, capitalizing on mistakes.
The kick out to Wright after Brunson. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Beal, and finished off by Beal.
Beal is always a scoring threat, but right now we're seeing what happens when he's in the zone.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Brunson down the lane, through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there. 44. Beal against Wright. Outside, Beal. Lee sets a screen for Beal. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And you can see he's found his rhythm here in the 3rd quarter. You can just sense the uptick in confidence. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be going.
And a great show through 3 quarters. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from...
Got to get some stop. Right now.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got OG Anunoby. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Booker.
Shoots the lights out. Booker has limitless range.
Here's Anunoby. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Durant against Towns. To tie it up. Dunn, wide open, he fires. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. New York shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul.
Royce O'Neal.
That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Towns, a screen on Booker. Bridges attacking. Here's Towns with the drive. Out to Bridges.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense. That's his first turnover of the game, and that only goes to show how well he's taken care of the ball to this point.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Pass to Durant. Ball setting the pick for Durant. Another one falls for Phoenix.
In the mid-range, Durant is deadly as ever. Easy money sniper, putting out a little silky jumper.
Anunoby has the open look, and right on target. Good. Anunoby's got it all tied up now for the Knicks. 54. Ball setting the pick for Booker. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Towns a screen on O'Neal. Here's Anunoby into the lane. 3-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Booker against Bridges. Devin Booker attacking. Makes it off the glass. Booker's got 5 points in the quarter.
There is no shot too big for Booker. He lives for these moments.
Bridges. The kick out to Anunoby. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby.
2 minutes remaining.
Not against Towns. Can't get it to go. Now 6 of 12 from the floor. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Done with this screen on Bridges. Booker outside. A kick out to O'Neal. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Oh, yes! And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting a chance to come up big for his team.
The drive by Booker. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Anunoby. .114 left in the 4th quarter.
I'm not sure what happened there. His family's in the building. I don't know. You have to finish those.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
KD sets the pick for Booker. To the middle. And it's denied by Anunoby. And he gets it back. Tries again. No good off the front iron.
Defense got to roll the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
On the wing, Anunoby. Dunn covering. Phoenix grabs the miss.
There wasn't a lot of resistance there at that rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
Booker dishes to Durant. Back to Booker. Six on the shot clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Dunn. Can't knock in the 3. So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they
to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
We're just not seeing the same tenacity from him on the defensive end lately. He hasn't been blocking as many shots over the last few months, and I think it's made him a little less intimidating under the hoop.
Now let's take a look at Phoenix's opening lineup. We've got Bol Bol, Devin Booker out there with Royce O'Neal. Then there's Kevin Durant, and it's Dunn in at the small forward. And for the Bucks, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard, and it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. We're excited to be here for opening day tip-off, Doris. It feels like the league is in a great place.
There is no doubt, B.A., absolutely. To me, more talent in the league right now than potentially we've ever had before. And I don't just mean star talent. There's a depth of quality skill across the board. And we know the shooting has revolutionized the game. It's going to be a fun year.
The 3, Durant. They get the rebound. Here's Booker. 17 points in his last outing. Clock at 6. Outside Durant. Connects from downtown. Durant's got his second basket on the night.
Oh, boy. Don't allow Kevin Durant to get comfortable from there. It could be a long night if you do.
Picked by Prince. It's tipped. In transition, here come the Suns. And Booker with the jam.
It all happened in an instant. Turning defense into offense. I love it.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the turnover and ignite the break.
Lillard. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. This game against Milwaukee here. It's their first meeting of the season. Devin Booker is a 2-guard, Doris. What's Book do that makes him special at that position?
I mean, so many things in terms of his skill. He's an elite shooter. He has become an excellent decision maker. He can get to the mid-range. He's a 3-level scorer. There's so many things. But my favorite thing is watching this guy in an NBA Finals play with a broken nose, be hit repeatedly, and never flinch. His toughness and competitive edge is always there nightly, and I love that.
Now here's Lillard. No good. Unable to win this run.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Booker. The rebound by Jackson.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Lopez with it. Now guarded by Booker. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Kevin Durant.
The resume Giannis has built already is impressive, and he's nowhere close to being done adding to it.
And the second free throw is good. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to spend a few minutes with Doc Rivers, and he let me in on their strategy for Devin Booker. He said no easy shots for Booker tonight. We only want him taking off-balance, tough looks. At least that's our hope. Sounds like they'll be throwing everything they can at Booker defensively, B.A.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And the dunk by Lillard.
The defense gets cut to shreds by Lillard on the drive. He's just so quick and agile.
Durant with a screen on Jackson. Booker finds Durant. No good on the 3.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Antetokounmpo. Bam.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And here are the Suns now. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. 6 to shoot. Here's O'Neal. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Now here's Lopez. Prince, the pass to Jackson. There's the drive. Lillard outside. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Booker. Down low. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
The Suns lead by 6. And he makes it on the layup. Booker's got 9 points.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Lillard with the ball. Guarded now by Bull. That's tipped and stolen by Booker. Outside Bull. Pass to Durant. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Now here's Booker. He's got 9. Shot clock at 6. And here's Bull. Outside O'Neal. There's the triple. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 5.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And Lillard gets it to go.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Offense is coming. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Suns.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Prince in at the 3. That's the group from Milwaukee right now. Here's Antetokounmpo, and they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. The Suns lead by 8. All right, Doris, what's kind of an unsung stat you appreciate about the Suns lineup?
Wow, they are so gifted offensively. So I'd have to say very good at getting to the free throw line. That's important. Very good at baiting defenders and putting your opponent into the bonus. That's big. Attacking into coverage. They get to spend plenty of time at the free throw line. It's an underrated advantage, BA.
Here's Booker. Oh, the slam! Get up, Devin!
Well, how about Devin Booker completely locked in and finishing through contact? That's nice.
Drafted as a 19-year-old back in 2015 by the Suns, Devin Booker has a special connection with Phoenix, Doris.
BA, they absolutely love Devin Booker in the Valley of the Sun. He's been with the Suns his entire career, and basically it's a fan base that has watched this young man grow up. And when you think over the long history of this organization, when you mention the best players in team history, there is no doubt he is part of that conversation.
Phoenix has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Bucks on D. 8-point game. Outside Booker. The kick to Durant. Takes a 3. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Durant's got 8.
One of the tough things about Kevin Durant, doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or in this situation off the catch, Durant one of the best, period.
Here's Lillard. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. And he goes big with the dunk right over Kevin Durant.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Bull with it. He's picked up by Lillard. Bull, the pass to O'Neal. And they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. Ooh, Giannis using his length inside.
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No. Down. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek. You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. So Lillard will go to the free throw line. And it's going to go on Devin Booker. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
It's amazing to come to the arena every night just to see what Lillard's going to do.
Here goes Booker. Here's Durant. Outside for Booker. The three-pointer off the mark.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And it's O'Neal off the drive. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Outside Durant. Fires the three. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Booker's got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
And they double up on Antetokounmpo. For 3, here's Lillard. Yes, sir! You can count on Dame from deep.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
Outside Booker. Durant with a screen on Jackson. Here's Booker. Ooh, against inside resistance. Booker still good.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Lillard against Booker. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Lillard's got 8 points here in the quarter.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
For 3, Booker. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Phoenix Suns ending the quarter up 10. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. That's why they're up. Well, now, all right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
And a look here now at the Bucks. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Milwaukee Bucks.
If they think...
And that's a wrap on.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. It's just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Kicking off the second half, here's Mike Budenholzer's 5. Bradley Beal's out there with Damian Lee. Then there's Nick Richards. Then there's Grayson Allen, and it's Iguodaro in at the power forward position. And Doc Rivers calls timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Our 2K leaderboard, focusing on last year's three-point shooting leaders. And you look at Allen, he is downright lethal from distance. ranking first in the league in three-point percentage.
Distance shooters are so accurate these days. It's a real honor to have topped that list.
2 on the clock. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Suns ball.
The Suns lead by 10. Beal outside. Pass to Richards. Back to Beal. Lets it fly from 18. Jump shot is good that time. And the Suns lead by 12.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
Trent for 3. Richards pulls it in. Phoenix has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Beal, the pass to Lee. For 3, Allen sinks the tray. Allen's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
And one of the game's best shooters for us, Grayson Allen, can really stretch the floor for you.
B.A., his presence on this particular roster is so significant because of what they can do around him. Yes, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter because he can flat beat you from distance, but you also can't foul him. He is consistent at the free throw line, and he's very capable off the bounce. Grayson Allen is a more well-rounded player than he's given credit for.
Pass to Lee. Here's Iguodaro. Back to Lee. Shoots over Connaughton. Milwaukee with the rebound.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Portis outside. Trent outside to end the run. That one's good. Sims has got his first points of the game.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
Here's Lee, covered by Connaughton. Allen on the wing. Richards, the pass to Allen. And the Suns get another 3.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Kuzma uses the glass to finish the layup.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Lee. That one falls, coming off Beal's feed. And the Suns lead by 20.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Here's Trent. The kick out to Kuzma. And it's rejected. And here they come. Here's Beal. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Well, Bradley Beal's playmaking ability is drastically improved. Nice drive on that one.
2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. Well, Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for the NBA.
You're right, B.A., and the league benefits economically. Hopefully, more innovation on the broadcast side, too, and a chance to even reach new fans as well. Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Kyle Kuzma the last few seasons has been pushing his scoring over 20 points per game. He said, I'm showing the league that I'm not just a role player. Having a leadership position and getting better every single game, that's what I care about. I want to keep elevating. Brian, high hopes.
Just the 27th pick back in 2017. He's having a dynamite career. Here's Lee. Pass to Richards. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And he lost his man with a shifty play inside.
And then just went and hammered it home. Wow. Pass to Lee. Now here's Beal. There's a screen. Here's the three. The shot comes out. And here's Connaughton for three. On target from range. Connaughton's got 5 points now this quarter. There's 6 seconds left in the third. Lets a floater go. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, finishing quarter strong.
And so it's Phoenix, a sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period.
Let's do it again for this quarter, 0-0.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Prince in at the 3. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here's Booker. The kick to Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside O'Neal. Let's go with a 3. That's good. And so Durant with the assist.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Jackson with a screen on Booker. For 3, here's Lillard. O'Neal pulls it in. The Suns lead by 21. Outside Booker takes the 3. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Jackson outside. And technology, always a conversation, Doris. So talk to us about wearable sensors and where that is between the league and players union.
Yeah, you know, obviously there are some privacy concerns because what these wearables give you are devices to measure how healthy a player is. What should his exertion level be based on all kinds of health information? Resting heart rate variability. What was the quality of sleep? Quality of sleep is a huge issue in the NBA with all the late flights and tip times, et cetera, cross-country travel. When you're investing millions into your players, you're trying to take the best care you can of them, and some of that goes to the information you can glean from these wearables. I love them.
Durant finds Bull. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
And I love the balance for Lillard between scoring and passing. That time, finding his teammate for the great look.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Lillard deciding where to go with it. Here's Jackson. Here he goes.
Great idea by Lillard, using that experience to run the offense.
Jackson against Booker. Pass to Bull. Done with it. Booker, the pass to O'Neal. And it's off from 3-point range. And so Lillard will bring it up for Milwaukee. Done with a steal. Booker against Prince. Lopez with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. And Giannis with the jam.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
O'Neal on the wing. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. O'Neal's got 6 in the quarter.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Pass to Dunn. Fires from deep. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. The 3. And no good.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize. And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Suns.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Devin Booker.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Jackson against Booker. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The offensive rebound. The kick to Durant. The 3 ball. Here's Bull. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Fires for 3. Kevin Durant with a rebound.
Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
3rd personal foul. Second team
First one falls.
At the line for the Suns, Kevin Durant.
And both free throws good for Durant. 9 seconds left in the final quarter. Lillard outside. Lets it go from deep. No good. So no problem for Phoenix as they get the win.
The end of the game.
This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle.
You're here with us tonight for the... And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Mikal Bridges.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
So the New York starting five. Mikal Bridges out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Towns. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Robinson in at the five. And for Milwaukee, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Prince in at the three spot. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Now, here's Lillard. Mitchell Robinson unable to get his last shot to go in. From downtown, and another three for Milwaukee.
And that's been Lillard's forte ever since breaking into the league.
Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Doc Rivers. What'd you find out, David?
Now, I spoke to him about the plan for Karl-Anthony Towns now. Coach said, we know Cat has size and power, so we're hoping we can match him there. We don't want to make ourselves soft targets for him. And expect it to be intense and physical down on the block. Guys?
Thanks, David.
Foul. Jackson. First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that way.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Now here's Towns. OG Anunoby unable to get his last shot to go.
Towns has one of the best three-point strokes of any big man in the league.
Prince outside. He takes it in. And the dunk by Prince.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Outside for Robinson. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Outside, Towns. Off target with his three. Milwaukee leading by 8. Lillard outside. Nice move. And again, it's Milwaukee converted. All right, Brent, a fresh season of NBA basketball. How excited are you?
Oh, man, Kevin, on a scale of 1 to 10, can I go 20? I mean, we've been waiting for these games to start for months. The offseason seems endless, and there's always drama about player movement, who's going where, and expectation, but nothing better than getting that ball thrown up. And let's see these guys go at it.
Now, here's Anunoby. Against Washington, he was really on his game.
Yeah, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And a fast break now for New York. From deep. Hart, that's good. Hart's got 5 now.
Hart does a little bit of everything on the offensive end. He creates, he can score. This time knocks down the 3.
Lillard, right side. Anunoby sends it back. One-on-one fast break. And Towns throws it down.
And he also brings the hustle to the table. Towns doesn't wait when the break is on. He's quick to get up the court.
And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince.
His first foul. And really just a great play okay to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here's Bridges. He had 27 points last game. Towns, a screen on Jackson. Bridges kicks to Towns. And again, New York with the triple. And Milwaukee has possession. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hard against Lillard. Pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
And dropping the sledgehammer there. He curves a 2-0 run by the Knicks.
And that one, good. 7 points for Josh Hart.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Lillard misses. For New York, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Robinson sets a screen for Anunoby. From the arc. That shot, no good. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Milwaukee. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Towns is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Bridges. And it's Hart in at the 3. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. You know, Brent, Josh Hart has been a contributor at the many stops in his NBA career.
And sometimes you have to wait to find your home, Kevin. That's been the case for Josh, but he has always contributed to winning. And now he's locked into this role where he is flourishing. This guy has all the tools to go out there and do little things every night to help your team be in a position to win games.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for New York.
I love the defensive concentration so far in this one. They're getting out on shooters and really doing a great job of disrupting the rhythm.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating. I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't. Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Bridges shot, good.
Mikel really showing a nice confidence in that shot right there as his shooting percentages are trending up.
And it's Prince penetrating.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those 2 guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. The kick out to Anunoby. Good, and the assist goes to Town. Anunoby's got 5.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Kick out to Giannis. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Giannis really trusting his rhythm right now with his offensive game.
Anunoby outside. Towns against Lillard. And it's Towns penetrating. Oh, and the jam by Towns.
Oh, my. Karl Anthony Towns with a little extra emphasis on that one.
Oh, Antetokounmpo! Explosive on the drive.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
And that kind of defense ain't going to get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
Bridges outside. No good there. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Giannis right side. Lillard outside. 1:29 left now here in the second. Back to Antetokounmpo. The Knicks pull it in. And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Hart with it, guarded now by Jackson. New York moving it around. On the wing, Anunoby, covered by Lillard.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
That one falls.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
Here's Lillard. Outside Portis. Stolen by Anunoby. Pass to Towns. Here's Robinson, and it's Robinson with the jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
And some good action to the... All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Thanks for joining us.
They look great on offense. The ball is flying around. Guys are getting open. It's enjoyable to watch.
Especially for those of us.
Taking a peek now. And that about wraps it up. And as the third...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Portis is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Gary Trent. Then there's Pat Connaughton. And it's Sims in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And the dunk by Wright.
Brunson with a great job of just the setup on that play.
Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Pass to Sims. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Over Brunson. Connaughton passes to Sims. Yep, that one goes. Sims has got his first bucket of the night.
He wanted to shoot that ball, but you see your teammate wide open. Be a good teammate. Make the delivery.
And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Brunson outside. There's a screen by Achua. Launches a 3. Sims with the rebound. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Kuzma. There's the drive. Off with the layup.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
And P.J. Tucker, one of those guys that we talk about as a journeyman throughout his NBA career, but there's no doubt that he's made positive impact and touches wherever it is that he's played.
Brunson kicks it to Tucker. Nailed from three-point land. Tucker's got the lead up to 7 now for the Knicks.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
First personal foul. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this play will be reviewed under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Lopez.
And we've seen them come out and be much more active defensively this half.
Down low. And Tucker slams it in.
And Tucker's showing you he's still got the ability to get to the rim.
Here's Sims. It's hauled in by Achua. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Brook Lopez. A very nice season for him last year. Put up about 12 points a game, almost 2.5 blocks, and 5 rebounds. And you talk about a difference maker. He's a factor inside with his length and activity.
When you look at bigs, you talk to them about 2 key components: protect the rim and pound the glass. And intimidation, that helps too. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Brent, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it amazes both of us that Jalen Brunson fell in the second round, the 33rd pick back in 2018. So with that in mind, how has he overcome the doubters?
Well, the first thing he got was opportunity, Kevin, and that's all you can ask for as a young player. What he was able to do in Dallas opened up the eyes of a lot of people to what he was capable of as a point guard in the league. But trust me, Jalen Brunson has never stopped believing in his ability and confidence to dominate a game the way that we've seen him do that in the past couple seasons.
Here's Lopez, and they pick up 2. Now just a 4-point Knicks lead.
Lopez is a big guy, which gives him a huge advantage on the interior.
Achua finds Brunson. The kick out to right. 6 to shoot. That falls. Nice speed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 4 assists now tonight. Sims dishes to Lopez. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Love the response from the big man. Lopez nailing the comeback 3.
Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Beauchamp, guarded by Kuzma. Brunson up top. The close-range shot is good from Brunson.
And mixing it up down low, Brunson, not the tallest guy on the floor, but he can finish around the basket.
And he comes up with the deuce. Kuzma's got his first points of the game.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Brunson the pass to Achua. Back to Brunson, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Anunoby outside, and that one released in time, but no good. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth. They've got Robinson. Josh Hart out there with Towns. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Anunoby in at the 2-go.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Outside, Towns. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making.
Oh, what a move!
Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet?
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Anunoby, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And the Knicks lead by 5.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Giannis a screen on Anunoby. Lillard the pass to Antetokounmpo. They're running. Prince against Bridges. Anunoby outside. Pass to Robinson. 5 on the clock. It's good. And it's a 7-point Knicks lead.
Yeah, it's pretty much a power play for Robinson. He's got the ability to just shrug off the defenders.
Jackson with it. Bridges covering. And Lillard kicks to Jackson. Lillard with a screen for Jackson. Kicks it out to Prince. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
Antetokounmpo with a great read there in the screen and roll. He knew exactly when to back off the pick.
Anunoby against Prince. Towns a screen on Prince. 16 feet away. Anunoby, no good.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Bridges, no one around him. And the 3 off target.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Towns down low, guarded by Jackson.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting the chance to come up big for his team.
Jackson passes to Prince. Here's Giannis. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And this is what Towns is capable of. He's an incredibly gifted offensive weapon who can score at all 3 levels.
Giannis kicks to Portis. Lillard looking around. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Look at your watch. It's It's Lillard time.
The Knicks leading by 3. Hart finds Anunoby. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And the shot goes in. Anunoby's got 5 points now this quarter.
Lots of experience from Anunoby. These moments don't make his palms sweat.
There's Lillard. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down. The kick out to Anunoby. Robinson sets a screen for Anunoby. Outside, Towns. Great D that time from Portis.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
And stolen by Anunoby. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Towns gets it to go.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And stolen by Lillard. Here's Prince. Kicks it out to Lillard. There's the 3. It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Bridges against Jackson. Now, here's Bridges. Pass to Anunoby. Missed. And so it's the Knicks with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for the...
Hola and welcome. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Mikal Bridges.
And he's been trending downward in terms of his average points per game, and a number of reasons can lead to this. But he needs to figure out how to get back on track.
And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Anunoby in at the 2. And for Phoenix, Royce O'Neal is out there with Devin Booker. Then there's Kevin Durant. Then it's Bol. And it's Dunn in at the 3. Towns can't get it to go.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
Ever since Phoenix changed ownership, they've been all in on winning now, Richard.
They've traded a lot of picks away and young talent to assemble a team of superstars, some of the best shooters in the history of this league, and they were willing to go deep into the luxury tax to sustain.
Now here's Anunoby. Playing Washington, he was nearly unstoppable. For the dunk.
Very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. We got into it about his strategy against Karl Anthony Towns. These modern bigs are tough to stop, he told me, and went on to say, I'm hoping we can just force him to take bad shots, not the ones that he wants. I'll settle for that. So they're looking to disrupt Cat's selections and keep him from his spots, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Yeah, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Bridges. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges, so tough inside.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. For 3, Booker. And the Suns get another 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Pass to Hart. Towns on a screen. To the inside. Bridges outside. Clock at 6. Back to Towns. Fades and shoots. The shot won't fall.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Durant with a screen on Bridges. Left side Bol. Here's Dunn.
And shows hustle and plays hard on defense. Wow. Towns sure knows how to keep his coaches happy. Padding the stat sheet, getting the board, and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earning his coach's appreciation.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
Remaining in the first, 2 minutes.
Durant with a screen on Bridges. Booker with it. And it's Anunoby picking him up. Durant, the pass to Booker. The 3 is up. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high quality shooting.
Here's Bridges. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Sticking with it. Bridges with some mental strength there as well.
Well, Richard, he's the Iron Man of the NBA right now. Mikal Bridges takes pride in being available on a nightly basis.
We've all heard it before. The best ability is availability. And Bridges does whatever it takes to not miss games. More teams need to take this mindset.
You know, Booker gets a lot of praise for his scoring. But how about his skill as a passer, Richard?
Oh, he's a good decision maker, B.A. He's able to read defenses and dissect them with his passing. He's shown he can be a traditional, quote-unquote, point guard.
Now here's Bridges. Puts up a deep three. Hits the trifecta. Bridges has got 7 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, but he gets engaged this early in the game. It's bad news for the defense. If he can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Well, Grant, if you talk about consistent top-level scores, Devin Booker is near the top of that list.
Yeah, and going back to the 17-18 season, Devin has averaged at least 25 points every year. Book can create his own shot and finish. It's hard finding guys who can do both.
Bridges. O'Neal pulls it in. The Suns lead by 5. Booker with it, and it's Anunoby picking him up. The shot by Dunn, no good. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns, came out with a victory.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one. And that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Pass to O'Neal. Durant with a screen on Hart. Bridges against Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, the screen on Towns. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Eight seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Devin Booker. He's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for Phoenix. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And for Phoenix, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
And as long as the threes are dropping, you've got to keep launching them.
Devin Booker out there with Royce O'Neal. Then it's Bol. Then there's Kevin Durant. And it's Dunn in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
O'Neal on the wing, launches it, and he buries his first look. What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Now here's Booker. A 17-point game for him in the win against Cleveland.
And how about the passing? We've seen this from him. He's just absolutely shredding the D to pieces right now.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Now here's Towns, coming off a 31-point game against Washington.
Okay, look, when you play aggressively, you can really get to the line. Just ask him.
And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Phoenix.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball. playing selfless basketball and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Now here's Booker. 14 points for him. That one's good for 2.
And Booker just dominates in such an effortless fashion. The game comes naturally to him.
Outside Anunoby. Puts up a 3. They get it back. Hart passes to Anunoby. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go. Anunoby's got 5 points.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Outside Booker. Durant with a screen on Bridges. Booker against Bridges. Outside Booker. Ooh, against inside resistance. Booker still good.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Bridges passes to Towns. And out of bounds. The Suns will take it. And here's what Phoenix's schedule looks like. On Monday, they'll take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Kristaps Porzingis and the Boston Celtics.
And looking at the Timberwolves matchup, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start for the year.
There's a minute 54 left in the second quarter.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Anunoby for 3. The Suns clear it. Cole's got 4 rebounds now.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Cole, screen on Hart. Booker for 3. Ooh, Booker from range. Pure.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
Outside Robinson. Pass to Anunoby. Screen by Robinson. And Anunoby gets it to go. Anunoby's got 5 points in the quarter.
There's a touch of artistry to the floater. Takes feel as much as skill.
Cole, a screen on Bridges. Booker with it. And it's Robinson picking him up. Bowl, pass to Durant. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Well, Richard, you attempted to guard Kevin Durant in your playing days. How hard was that?
It was not easy. He's an elite scorer, ball handler. Oh, yeah, he's also 7 feet tall. KD is one of the toughest assignments that you will ever face.
Yeah, and for Towns, great awareness at the offensive end.
And Booker has got the ball here for the Suns. Milwaukee will be traveling to face them after this game. 32 seconds left in the first half. Oh, what a move by Book.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Booker against Bridges. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And Bridges continues to be more adept at picking up fouls. Such a clever offensive player.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. That's good from Bridges.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Booker against Bridges. Oh, screen on Bridges. Pass to Dunn. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't go that time. Devin Booker. He's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for Phoenix. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
The Los Angeles Lakers will be playing against the Magic in Orlando. Tip-off will be 7 o'clock Eastern.
It's one to watch.
And time to switch gears. The Suns are in a close one after the first half of play.
They've had the hot hand from deep. So I'm giving these guys.
That's it for us. Thanks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
So on the floor for the Knicks, they've got Precious Achiuwa. DeLon Wright is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's P.J. Tucker, and it's Beauchamp in at the small forward position. Pass to Iguodaro. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. The drive. Pass to Richards. 4 on the clock. The Suns need to get off a shot. And that one is hammered home.
Just a big man playing big. No way to stop it.
Now here's Beal. And the layup is good off the glass. And now an 8-point Suns lead.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest.
Yes, this is a pivotal moment in this game. Those extra possessions right now, they just mean a little bit more.
Here's Brunson. Can't hit from in close.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. He drops it from range. He's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And they're rolling. 4 straight makes to start the second half.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And Grant, we know the importance of veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Beal surveying the D. Pass to Richards. Oh, it's stolen by Tucker. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Bradley Beal is settling in as one of multiple stars in Phoenix. He said, it's been an adjustment for sure. You go from being very ball dominant to now you share the dominance, and it's a sacrifice and also an adjustment of learning a totally different role. Ryan, he says it's a process, but one he embraces.
Yeah, good point. Thanks, Allie.
Tough period. I mean, he's just 1 for 5 in this frame, struggling to get back on track.
Beal goes in. Lee on the wing. Over Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Richards. And it's New York with a rebound. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. Wow, Brunson so quick down the lane.
Knifing to the rim with ease, Brunson attacks these open lanes with tenacity.
Here's Lee. Brunson defending. Lee misses. Knicks trail by 6. Right side, Brunson. Inside goes Brunson. And the layup falls. Brunson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Inside Brunson is pretty deadly, just dropping his shot in.
There's a screen. Beal, the pass to Lee. Pass to Richards. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Richards has got 4 points now in the quarter. And Brunson, here we go. Brunson, so confident at the rim.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
And they look like a completely different team. I wonder what coach said to them at halftime to help spark this momentum change.
It's stolen by Wright. Out of bounds. It'll be Phoenix's ball. Phoenix leading by 4. It's Beal on the wing. Hounded by Wright. Beal against Wright. Beal's shot is off. The Knicks have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Beal, no good.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
That evens the score. Brunson's got 13 in the second half.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw drops for Beal. And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Let's hear it for all the dancers. Now into the lineup for your Suns. Number 1, Devin Booker.
For 3, Bridges. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Kevin Durant is out there with Bol Bol. Then there's Devin Booker. Then it's Royce O'Neal. And it's Dunn in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
3rd personal foul. First team foul.
Bol, a screen on Hart. Durant, the pass to Booker. Six to shoot. Dunn outside.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Durant with a screen on Bridges. Here's Dunn, and he jams it home with authority.
Nice pass. Such unique talent on both ends. That time, Booker showing us his vision.
Bridges misses. And Booker's got the ball here for the Suns. Over to the left wing. Hold. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Booker's got his 3rd assist of the night.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Anunoby. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Booker off the bounce. Durant for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Towns outside. Sends it home from 3-point land.
Oh, the big man is smooth from range. Have to put a man on Towns, that's for sure.
There's a screen by Bol. Here's Booker, and stolen by Bridges. And here we go, the Knicks in transition. And an Obi for 3. O'Neal pulls it in, and he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Suns.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
Durant for 3. Pure from 3-point range. Durant's got 5 points in the quarter.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And it's Bridges with the jam.
Talk about taking flight. Air Bridges is in the building.
And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul.
And they're just one foul now away from the penalty.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Here's Booker. Oh, coming in hot, Devin Booker.
And we've kind of come to expect this performance from Booker every night. His scoring is just that consistent.
And an Obi for 3. Durant pulls it in. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
And Booker with the jam.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Hits a 3-pointer.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Bridges finds Anunoby. That doesn't go either for Anunoby. Phoenix leading by 10. Booker looking around. On the wing, Durant. KD jams it straight down.
Oh, absolutely aggressive move by Durant, taking it right to the hole with the cord.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Anunoby for 3. He buries it from 3. Anunoby's got 6 in the quarter.
What was the defense thinking? I mean, that's the wrong guy to leave open.
Booker attacking. Oh, a good look. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Booker's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Taking on more playmaking responsibilities, Booker has matured over the years, becoming a better teammate.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Suns.
Man, they were in a groove from long range tonight.
Yeah, they were able to find space, and they were ready to let it fly the moment they saw an opening.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And that's an important win. You never like to lose 2 in a row to a team, especially if you only see them 3 times.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Devin Booker.
Okay, I'm going to explain what he did here. It's called playmaking. Being someone that seeks out their teammates, making the extra pass.
Knocks down the triple. Here's Booker. He's nearing a 30-point game here.
Yeah, B.A., he's been decisive and aggressive.
It counts as a foul. Bridges. And so he's picked up his final, well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coaches.
Devin Booker. Shooting 1.
Worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
So Phoenix wins it. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's
To Nutjay and this is what the schedule looks like coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Boston Celtics. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
In that game against Milwaukee, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fit. It's the fifth contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. We've got Damian Lillard, Antetokounmpo out there with Prince. Then there's Jackson, and it's Sims in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Suns, we've got Bol Bol. Devin Booker out there with Royce O'Neal. Then there's Dunn, and it's KD in at the power forward. Now, here's Lillard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Coaching staffs, Clark, have certainly grown since your time in the league. Do you think that can lead to too many voices in the locker room?
I really don't think that's an issue, Kevin, because no matter how many coaches you have, typically they are all in sync, and the head coach has usually put his staff together, and therefore they're moving in the same direction.
Clock is at 3, and then Durant with the jam.
KD, extremely effective on the offensive glass, not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Lillard outside. We play just over a minute here in the first. Phoenix grabs the miss. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one. Booker looking around. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Lillard misses. The Suns have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Durant sets a screen for Booker. Outside for KD. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
In textbook mechanics, make it look like it's going in every time. Booker, unreal.
Lillard again missing. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Booker with it. Guarded now by Jackson, right wing. Pass to KD.
2 minutes.
Bol, a screen on Antetokounmpo. Booker with no one around, and a miss there on the triple. The Bucks trail. And here comes Jackson, leading the fast break. Giannis with it. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Giannis is a monster around the rim. Too easy there.
Bol, a screen on Jackson. Booker against Jackson. And Booker kicks to KD. Dunn sets a screen for KD. Dunn outside. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Hey, it's all about W's for Durant. I mean, he understands that feeding open teammates is how you make that happen.
Craig in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. It's important to remember Damian Lillard was a two-star prospect coming out of high school in Oakland. He says that the doubt I faced, what I found is I have true belief in myself. I poured a lot in and just continued to work. That's why when I struggle, I never waver because I know that I'm true to it. Eventually, I'm going to have my time. Kevin?
I think they call that Dame time. Hey, David, thank you.
Kudos for the effort, but he got there a little too late.
Look at the last game for the Suns. It was a win against Cleveland. Giannis drives in. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with. A beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him. An attitude of joy and unselfishness.
Now here's Booker. Outside, KD. Kicks it out to Booker. Back to KD. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Great open look there. Bulls got 5 points so far.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Here's Jackson. And so it's Phoenix bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Suns.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, they got Jackson. Prince out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Sims in at the 5 spot. Suns leading by 7. Durant with a screen on Jackson. Outside for Durant. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Giannis drives in. A second chance effort. Kicks it out to Lillard. O'Neal against Jackson. And the 3 ball is good. Jackson's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Bucks. Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. maybe a scoring title, but whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
Bull can't hit.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Lets it go with the three. And it's KD with the rebound. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. They lead by 4. Devin Booker, 3, right down the hatch.
And this coaching staff in love with Booker's ability to create his own shot. It's a part of his game that's come a long way.
Now here's Jackson. Jackson, a screen on Booker. Lillard attacking. The shot's good. Lillard's got 10 points.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Durant with a screen on Jackson. Booker with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Durant, the pass to Booker. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Booker's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Suns. Jackson from long range. Phoenix grabs the miss. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. The three from KD. The rebound by Prince.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 4 rebounds in this game. Out to the right wing. Dunn kicks to KD. Dunn with a screen on Jackson. Back to Dunn.
In the first half, 2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. KD sets the pick for Booker. And Devin Booker in the paint. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And it's the Suns with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. And that's a foul called on Bull. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Now here's Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo is just a blur. I mean, I don't know how a 7-foot guy with that wingspan and all legs and arms can be a blur, but man, he's like a lightning bolt when he gets room to roll to the basket.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Here's Booker following the bucket by the Bucks. Bull dishes to Durant. Booker outside. Durant sets a screen for Booker. Strong finish inside from Booker.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo. To the inside. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And the dunk by Bull.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And so it's Devin Booker making highlight. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And get ready.
You know, for Phoenix, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone. And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Phoenix Suns.
They're clicking.
Thanks for joining us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
We've got Allen. Lee out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's Iguodala in at the 4. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer. We're starting the second half. Bucks trail by 8. Trent outside. Pass to Prince. Puts up a deep 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Facing the floor, one of Prince's specialties.
And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Suns. They've led by as much as 10. Richards passes to Allen. Now Lee. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Beal taking his time here. Out to Lee. The Suns need to get a shot off. And Phoenix turns it over again.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. He had a strong showing last season, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And you're right. Not only did he dial it up from deep all year, he did it with tremendous consistency. That's the kind of three-point efficiency you want. Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Green, and it's Jackson in for Taurean Prince. There's Beal with the 3. Sinks the triple. And the Suns lead by 6.
We talk about guys with fewer strokes. Beal's in that discussion.
Kuzma with a screen on Beal. Trent gets the bucket.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Lee finds Allen. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Took the opportunity when he saw it. He's got his second bucket of the night.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Kuzma passes to Trent. Here's Jackson. And he drops it in from the low post.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Green, he's checked in for the Bucks.
In for the Bucks, number 20.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Beal with the screen for Lee, and it's Beal in the corner. Pass to Richards, just 4 to shoot. He can't get that one to fall. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's Trent. Beal pulls it in. Suns leading by 4. On the wing, Lee. Back to Beal. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Suns missing. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Brook Lopez worth every penny as he secured a nice raise last season.
Yeah, you know, he's a combination of a three-point shooting big who's also an elite rim protector. That's a heck of a combination and a valuable one in today's game.
Here's Richards. Outside for Beal. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. They shoot again. Here's Richards. And finally they hit one. And the Suns lead by 4.
You've got to box out on the boards. When you don't, that's what happens.
Outside Portis. Gets out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Just 5 on the clock. There's Lopez with the 3. And the call will go against Grayson Allen. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Pass to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
The big fella with the big finish. Lopez rocking that rim.
It's tipped. Now the Bucks moving it up. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Lee, a screen on Trent. Kicks it out to Allen. Here's Lee. Richards passes to Lee. Shot clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. Great D that time from Portis.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Beal against Trent. Lee sets a screen for Beal. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Bucks lead. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say.
Get through it. Talk to each other.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then there's Prince. And it's Sims in its center. Outside for Durant. Giannis grabs the miss.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Giannis' teammates know he's selfless. He's going to get the ball to the open guy, and it's on you to find your shot.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, and thus far, it's paying off.
The shooting's been great, but also, how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Booker against Lillard. Giannis outside. Wide open. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Durant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Free throw good, Booker.
Anytime Devin Booker is sent to the line, it's a win for his offense. He's pretty much automatic, and it's been that way since he entered the league.
In the corner, Bull with it. KD looking around. Back to Bull. Here's Booker. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 1-point game. The shot by Lillard wide open. Offline with his 3. Outside, O'Neal. It's good from long range. O'Neal's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Durant's a really solid athlete, throwing it down nicely there.
Booker against Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
Devin Booker taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under individual. There will be 2
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lillard looking around. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Screen by Giannis. And the basket by Jackson. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Durant with the screen on Jackson. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Bucks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Lillard from outside, and Bull pulls it down. Bull's got his 4th rebound in this one. Booker up top. Outside, O'Neal. Pocket 6. Here's Bull, and the dunk by Bull.
Showing he can step up when the team needs him. Bull there with a big basket.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Booker. And Lillard gets to Giannis. Jackson down low. O'Neal's there. Kick out to Giannis. Pulls up on the wing. And the shot falls short this time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Dunn, wide open, he fires. Oh, good on the 3. Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Prince outside. 1:05 left to play here in the fourth. Lillard against Booker. And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. 3rd team foul.
And here are the Suns now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. KD, a screen on Jackson. Out to KD to take the lead. O'Neal outside, shoots over Lillard. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. 3-pointer. Fleeces one from 3.
Boy, and just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Durant sets a screen for Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. Lillard fires away from way outside, and he's able to get it back. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. This win, such a tremendous... All right, David, thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony...